Well, hi, welcome to Custom Works. I'm Clint Allen, and today we're going to be going over actual customer reviews of the Ford Bronco Sport. So hang on in there. This is absolutely crazy what is going on with Ford. Well, thanks for hanging around. This is our third in the series of the Ford Bronco Sport. If you haven't seen the other two videos, in the background is the last one that we had done, making it easier for you to find it. And I would suggest if you're thinking about getting a Ford Bronco Sport, you take a look at this and the recall video that we did even before that. But today what we're going to do is we're going to cover actual reviews from customers who purchased the Ford Bronco Sport. I just deemed it necessary to do this based on comments that people made on the last two videos, claiming that I'm a Ford hater and well, other stuff that, you know, couldn't even make it onto the comment area. You know, just some people are rude. But anyways, this is actual customer reviews. Just hit the page and here we go. So this review was on 7/21, meaning that this year, the 7th month, 2021. So as I'm going through, I'm just going to call that out. So 7/21, four-door Ford Bronco Sport, all-wheel drive. She's got the old four-cylinder turbo. At least we got the four-cylinder. Anyways, I had my Bronco Sport for a little over a month. The AC compressor had already gone out. Ford said that there are no parts in stock. I have to wait months until one comes available. On top of that, they said that there's no loaner vehicles, no loaner cars available. I paid way over MSRP and bought an extended warranty, and this is what has happened. I would think twice about buying this vehicle. Extremely disappointed. So, you know, you kind of got to look at this for what it's worth. Yeah, the compressor went out. You know, either we're missing part of the story here. Car doesn't become undrivable because the air compressor goes out. I mean, it's just a worst case scenario. You just put a smaller belt on. But anyways, so that's our first review there. I'm just a little skeptical about that one. It just kind of doesn't make sense. But anyways, here we go. Number two, we've got a Big Bend Sport, Bronco Sport, four-door all-wheel drive unit. We've got the 1.5 liter turbo, and the review starts out as a pretty piece of crap. All right. Had powertrain malfunction. Warning lights go off as I was driving it off the lot. You know, warning lights go off every time I drive it. Was in the shop for 3 weeks, and out of 1 month that this individual owned it, Ford refused to buy it back. Well, you know, the lemon law is you know, you look at the lemon law and you say, well, you know, if I got 3 problems, you know, they're going to buy it back. Well, I assure you, it's going to take, you know, a few years, and you're going to have to get an attorney. It's just not that easy. Anyways, this person isn't at that point anyways. So anyways, Ford refusing to buy it back. I'm telling everyone that I know not to buy a Bronco Sport because Ford doesn't back their vehicles. Well, very true. You know, we are in a situation that Ford, first off, should have completely made sure that this vehicle was ready for launch. You know, sometimes there's nothing wrong with waiting another year or starting a mid-year launch, making sure that what you're going to provide to the customer, the consumer, especially since right now people are paying stupid price over MSRP. You know, they're paying over sticker. You know, people, do you really need a car that bad? You know, this is going to straighten itself out. This industry is going to come back in a few years, and all this money that you paid for these Ford Escapes, yeah, I know, it's a Ford Escape. It's just a jacked up Ford Escape. That's all it is. And people are running these things off the road and putting tow packages on them. You know, jeez. But when the industry finally straightens itself out and people start bringing in these, you know, 3-cylinder Ford Broncos and 4-cylinder Broncos that, you know, are basically junk because they were built that way, they're not going to last. You're going to take it in the behind on trade-in, and, you know, there you're going to sit upside down. You know, somebody help me understand why you would go out right now and buy a brand new vehicle. American public, I don't know. Next one, great looking SUV. I personally would disagree with that, but that's just me. Bronco Sport looks great and is fun to drive when it's running. We have 2,400 miles on our 2021 first edition. We have engine failed already. It has been in the shop for 2 months at the dealer. It's been at the dealer longer than it's been at my house. Isn't that just fantastic? Take my advice, wait a couple years until they get everything worked out. Yeah, take my advice and don't buy one. And I'm talking about the Ford Bronco Sport. I'm not talking about the full-size Bronco. You know, apples, oranges. People, don't buy this Ford Bronco Sport. It's bad news. You are just setting yourself up. Let's see here. Next customer review, 7 of 21. We've got a 4-door all-wheel drive with the 4-cylinder turbo, and this individual is happily disappointed. Picked up the Bronco Sport first edition in May, currently at 4,700 miles after completing a 3,000-mile road trip. You know, that's gutsy. Bronco performed wonderfully during the road trip, which to include driving through downpours, during any erratic weather. My wife, after that, my wife was unable to start the Bronco. It's got warning lights and flashing warning lights, and alerts being generated at the parking light was flashing on the shift knob. The Bronco started after holding down the start button for over a minute, and then after the system cycled through the error messages, Bronco had been with the dealership for over 5 days. Dealer thinks the people that are, you know, assigned to fix the vehicle, they think possible electric problems. No, you're seriously? Contacted customer support to log the problem ticket for some sort of compensation. I don't know anything about that, but I'll be looking into that. All right, next one. No Star. No Star, 721, the 4-door Big Bend edition, all-wheel drive with a 1.5 3-cylinder turbo. You know, not worth it is where we start out with. As nice as it looks, it's only got to enjoy, I've only got to enjoy it for 27 days. Mine was rear-ended and totaled. Well, I'm not quite sure if that should actually be in here, but the point of this particular review is that the purchaser feels that the collision was a very soft collision and actually completely crumpled the part of the vehicle. You know, this is a hard one to go through. Yeah, I'm going to skip on that's something that really doesn't have anything to do with the actual review of the vehicle itself. Yeah, it's part of the crash, but you know, crash protection. But so this one is 3 of 21, and we've got a Big Bend 4-door all-wheel drive Bronco Sport with the 3-cylinder turbo, and we start out with Never Again. Well, you know, if you would have put 2 minutes of thought into this and never did it to begin with. But anyways, 7,998 miles on my 21 Big Bend Bronco, and the transmission is stuck and will not shift. Shifter knob by itself from drive to park, stranded on vacation, other than has no power and drives weird. They kind of stated that weird. So basically what they're saying is that, and we don't know if they're towing anything, but either which way, it's got that 1.5 turbo. You know, if anybody thinks that they're going to get a lot of horsepower and a lot of torque out of 1.5 3-cylinder, you know, 3 cylinders with a turbocharger, you know, it ain't going to happen. You know, just nothing beats displacement. That is the way it works. 3-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder. You know, the 8-cylinder is gonna well outlast, well outpower, well out torque a small 4-cylinder, 3-cylinder motor. Anyways, we'll move on from there, and the next review we got going is if I could go back in time. February 21, picked up my Ford Bronco Sport 3-cylinder, and immediately 2 blocks down the road I had to get towed back because the vehicle quit out. Unit is been sitting at the dealership for 2 months. It explains it all. All right, so you know, look, it's a first-year production vehicle. It's grossly underpowered, as you'll see in my other 2 videos. I, you know, don't buy this thing. I don't care if it's this year, next year, the following year, 5 years from now. Do not buy a Bronco Sport that's sitting on top of a Ford Escape and a 3-cylinder motor. This is not designed to last. We're in a 2-year period where God only knows why Ford decided to put this out, maybe just besides that they needed the money and they didn't expect COVID to be coming, but chip problems, electrical problems, transmission problems, engine problems. You are just looking for a host of problems buying a Ford Bronco Sport. Go Google it yourself. Hit the reviews. Let me know what you think. Hit the comments section. Let me know what you think. But I'm telling you, anybody who buys one of these Bronco Sports is just, you know, get, you know, on your phone, just go and find all the tow companies. So you can just one button them because you're gonna need it. You know, you might even want to call, I mean, if you get a Ford Bronco Sport with the 3-cylinder, you might want to call a couple tow companies and see if you can get a volume discount. But anyways, thanks for stopping in, and I hope you enjoyed this. Hit the comments section, you know, hit the old like, you know, hit the down if you want. It doesn't make me a difference. I'm just providing you solid information here. But until next time, you take it easy and you have a good day, all right? You're still here yet? It's over. Oh, I know. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, and that'll tell you when my next video comes up. Until then, go home.